welcome to the Faith, Fitness, Family Podcast. This is so different than our normal. As you can see, it's like a Zoom call, but this is how it works when you have friends and clients in different areas of the country. So, Chicago Marathon was 2 days ago, Sunday, and I wanted to talk to Sarah, and Christine should be coming on soon, about their amazing experience. It was a spectacular day. I wish I was there. I was like screaming through my phone, and we were tears of joy.
I love it.
It was so
I love
crazy.
it.
Like just talking to you on Saturday and how you were like, I'm going to do what the day gives me. And
Yep.
we'll go by how we feel. So Sarah, this is Sarah. She's an amazing coach as well. And it's been a joy to coach her. And I introduce all of you to her and her amazing kind of journey with all of us. We don't have tons of time, so I want to respect that. So Sarah, share how Sunday went and how leading up to it and all of that.
Yeah. So I'm Sarah. This was my third time running Chicago. So I kind of knew what to expect in some respects I knew the course. I knew it was flat. I knew if it was a good day, weather-wise, I'd go for it. Ended up being a perfect day weather-wise. And so I talked to Amanda, this day before, and I was like, I'm just going to let it come to me. Like by mile 3, I'll know if I'm feeling okay. By halfway, I'll know, just assessing as I went. It ended up being, like I said, a perfect day, slightly colder for me. And the first 3 miles, I didn't quite warm up like I wanted to. So I was feeling slightly stressed, but I'm like, just give it a couple more and we'll go. And I just went and just said, hold pace, hold pace, hold pace. Got through halfway and knew if I could hold pace, I'd be at a new PR, So I know. And I was like, okay, now here's the hard part. Like, get to mile 15, get to each goo, each gel, each whatever salt. I was like, just get to that next part and reassess. So it was a constant reassessment as I went through the race. Right. By mile 19, I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. I don't want to be here anymore. I was kind of bored. I forgot headphones. I don't typically use headphones, but at that moment, I was like, I could have used headphones to just distract. Yeah. But I was like, get to 20, then you'll walk. But at 20, I was like, no, you have a little bit more. Get to 21. So I willed myself to 23. And then I was like, you got to walk. Like more out of just, I needed a break from the constant running. I do walk all water stops, but this was more of like a calculated break, count to 10, and then Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead. So I did that pretty much from 23 on. And in my head, I had a kind of a goal of trying to what I thought would be a New York qualifying time. I thought it was a 3:27. So at mile 26 on the hill, I was like, I can walk. I got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Ended up not being that, but that's okay.
Ooh, next time. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I crossed the finish line at 3:26.26 and boo-hooed, cried like a baby, and could not believe it. Everything fell into place. I mean, like I said, it was hard, but I just willed myself forward.
So how did you ever think 3:26 was in the cards for you?
Never. Oh no.
So our listeners that are listening.
Yeah. No.
What was your first marathon ever?
First marathon was a 4:11, I think it was 4:11. And that was 6 years ago. Okay. The second one was my first Chicago, and I ended up getting right under 4 hours. But that was only because it was the same year Noah, my son, had cancer. So I had this driving force to do something hard to get through that. I don't know. It was just that was my driving force for that first 4 hour. And then and that's ever since then, once I broke that, breaking that 4 hour is such a magical feeling, I guess, that you can do hard things. And I was like, well, now what's next? So it was I chipped off 8 minutes the next time, and then 20
And it's
minutes
just
the
been
next time.
chipping
Yeah.
and
Chip,
chipping
chip,
and
chip, chip. Yeah.
but I mean, still a 4-minute PR. I mean,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I would give my pinky.
I know. Yeah. And that's even what I think I told you at one point. I passed the 3:30 and I was like, okay, as long as I stay in front of them, that was my previous PR. As
Right.
long as I stay in front of them, I'll be fine. So that was kind of the goal at one point, was to just stay in front of them. But again, I was like, well, if you gave a little more, what could, how much farther ahead of them could you get? So it was a mental push
Well, you did
throughout that part.
amazing. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what it is. You've talked about stay within each mile. Because
Yes,
one
absolutely.
bad mile is gonna ruin our whole race. And like the
Right.
next mile could be the best one you've felt the whole time.
Yes.
Crazy. If you haven't done a marathon, until you've experienced that, like we just say, embrace each mile, fight for each mile, and then each time, and just be smart with it.
Yeah.
And good job.
Yeah. And even each chunk, even if it may hurt now, like you were saying, like the next chunk may not, or like break it up into segments and miles, to distract your mind from it. Cause it's a beast in and of itself. So if you think of it all as one chunk, you're going to get overwhelmed. So it's breaking it up for sure helps me to get through it.
It's crazy. Amazing job.
Thank you.
So good.
I appreciate you. I appreciate all. I did not until I got the coach, I had no idea what I was capable of. And it's been unreal.
It's been a wild ride and I like it.
It has. It totally has.
It's like I told Jared, I go, this is my why, that when it all comes together, and the journey too, because we have to go through. There's gonna be it's never gonna be perfect.
Right.
And Christine is on. I already introduced Sarah, and she was sharing because of her time frame. And I said, Christine's gonna be coming on. So everyone, this is Christine. She got her first sub 4 on Sunday.
Yay!
Amazing. Yeah, I can't even. That text came through, and then like the how the updates are always slower. So I'm like, but it was an incredible day for you. And I love that. Well, I gotta stop and let you share it. So Christine, share with everybody your experience on Sunday. Oh, you're muted. Let's unmute you. That would help. There we go.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yay, great. Well, I felt like the temperature was maybe a little bit warm for me. I was freezing at the start. But once I saw that the temperatures were going to be under 50, I was pumped. So I was cold at the start. Like Sarah said, I also my legs felt numb those first first mile or so. And I started at the back of my corral, and I think I saw Sarah post once that she was playing a game of don't get past, and I kind of feel like that was the name of my game on Sunday.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was super fun. I honestly I wish I could say that I fought through something that was really hard, or that it got challenging at one point and I overcame it. But honestly, I really just feel like I kept waiting for it to get hard, and it really didn't. I just everything came together, all of the extra miles that I ran this year, all of the time that I spent on nutrition and really dialing that in. I mean, I ate so many carbs the 3 days prior. I was so sick on Saturday. I was I don't want to eat any more food ever.
I know. It's so bizarre. Yeah. But it's sustained too. It's amazing.
But yeah, no, it really was. And so I guess all of that to say, I mean, it is a marathon. Nothing is guaranteed, but trust your coach and all of her wisdom, their wisdom, and know that like eventually, even though like it might take a few tries, like eventually it's all going to happen, and it all comes together.
And that's like, you're a true testament of that. Like, it's not given. It's earned. You have put in the work. It's not just this, here you go, here's your shiny PR. People don't see, like, I think even Sarah, you've posted, like, everyone sees the shiny, the sub 4, but they don't see all those layers that you put in underneath. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Both of you. I'm like, we have to talk about it. We have to share for those. And like, even I was texting, I go, we need to give hope, because everybody can have this story. You just got to show up and put in the work. And it's so thrilled for the two of you. It's so exciting. Is there anything else like you want to share? Like, kind of like, hey, one last little bit of nugget.
I think work hard, just stay consistent. And if you have a bad training run, it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad race. Like, just chalk it off to a bad one run, and move on, and just stay consistent in that. Like, it's one bad run, it's not a bad race. It's one bad run, it's not a bad, like I've had multiple failed speed workouts, or just ones that I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. And you just, it's one little piece of a way bigger picture that takes to get to a good race. So one little grain of sand not being in place is totally fine.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like my 22 miler was horrible. Like, I think I full on had like maybe like the first panic attack of my life in the middle of it. And I like called on the pace miles in the middle, because I was just like, I can't, like mentally, I can't complete this today. And then I got to 20 miles and I wanted to stop then. And my friend Jim was like, you got to finish 22, because if you don't, everyone's going to come for me. I had one job, and that was to get you to 22.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we weren't friends for like 20 minutes, but we got over it.
I can just see her face. She gets quiet, everybody. She gets very quiet when she's in the zone. Oh, don't we all? I'm like, I don't think I'm going to talk right now. I think I'm just going to stand and like.
And that's like your last big long run before the big day, and so like, I think it would have been really easy for me to be like, well, it didn't go well, so it's just everything else doesn't mean anything. But I kept trying to tell myself like you've done everything else, like you've done the rest of the work, and like, what if today is the day that everything else goes right? And
I feel like this cycle was one of your strongest mentally, even though those won. Look at you. And you did it. So
like, I don't know, like, I don't think like, I've never really believed in myself like that before. And I mean, I had so much, like the day before the race, I was really nervous and got myself all worked up, and I don't know, like somehow got myself talked off the ledge. And
shows the managed to like channel,
managed to channel all that like nervous energy into actually like running well and being strong and doing the things that I never thought that I would do.
Wow. And you did it. And
I was like, I can't wait to see what's next for you. Cause like I said, it's it's the click of under 4. I don't know. It's like the under 2.5. Like, if you can do that, it just unlocks something, I feel like. And I'm excited for you. What's next?
Well, I've already told everyone I'm never doing another one again.
Okay.
She's done. She's tired. We're moving on. Oh, well, I hope everybody, this has encouraged you all. It's a gift for sure to run and be a part. So proud of both of you. Thank you for sharing that. And I know it's going to reach many and make everybody like feel like empowered to do hard things because we all can do them.
We
Yeah.
can.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much
everything.
for your time. You guys are
Yeah.
amazing. Wish I was there in person. That's the only negative, but
I know.
I was
You
there in
can't be
person.
everywhere.
I
Thank
know, right?
you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining, everyone. Bye, friends.
Bye.